Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Doll Mom Podcast. Today's episode, I know I say this every time, but it's always so true. I am super duper excited for today's episode. We have someone that I've been watching on YouTube for a while. I've kind of been like a little fangirl with like her videos and stuff. I love every time she uploads. I'm always like really quickly to watch it, and I just love her so much. We have on Emma from AG Dollies Forever.
Hi, thank you so much again, Mal, for bringing me on here. I'm super excited, super duper nervous. So far, you're like so nice, literally the nicest person ever. So I'm very excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you as well. Don't be nervous. It's okay. Today, we're going to be talking about how Emma got into dolls, her doll story, how she got into the doll social media world, talking about our 2025 American Girl hopes and dreams, what we want American Girl to come out with, what we're dreaming of them to do in 2025. And yeah, it's going to be such a fun and exciting episode. So without further ado, let's get this episode started. Emma, how did you get into dolls?
So, actually, growing up, I was like very heavily into Barbie. So, I was actually born and raised in California, and my sister and I, when we lived there, had like huge bins of Barbies that we used to play with all the time. I moved to Texas in like, I think 2009, if I'm not mistaken, and I literally never saw my Barbies again after that. Like, I don't know if my parents had donated them, but I was a huge hardcore Barbie fan when I was younger, and I've always been super into YouTube. So I remember stumbling across, I'm not sure if you know, do you know who My Froggy Stuff is on YouTube?
Yes, I love her.
Okay, so she was like one of the first people who introduced me to like, I want to say the craft world, because one of the first videos I saw was a tutorial on how to make like a Barbie doll-sized pool. And from then she started making like American Girl videos. And I remember one of the first American Girl craft tutorials I saw was like how to make doll party stuff. I think that's literally the name of the video, like DIY doll party stuff for your American Girl dolls. And I freaked out because it was like Barbie, but obviously 10 times bigger because American Girl dolls are a lot bigger. And like since then I was hooked to dolls. Like I binge watched the heck out of all her videos, and I was such a huge fan of her because her crafts were made using such random items like dishwash sponges, cardboard, water bottle caps. And so I would like go around my house just finding random materials that I had, and that is where like the creativity started to spark, and there was just this whole other world that opened for me, and the possibilities were truly endless.
I love that. I remember watching My Froggy Stuff growing up, and I loved her crafts, and she was so creative. Like, I remember I used to watch them with my mom, and my mom would just be amazed at how somebody could make like a tree house, like for the dolls. And
exactly.
Like, I made a couple of her crafts. I made like the pencils for my American Girl dolls. I made a cake for my Barbies, or maybe it was a cake for my AG dolls. I can't remember, but I did the Barbie crafts too because I loved Barbie growing up. And like I made her little gym and like her little art classroom, and like I loved the school classrooms tutorials. So like I would always try to follow them, and mine would not look like hers at all, but it's all good.
Yes, like I just like Barbie, I think will always have a special place in my heart, but something about American Girl dolls, I think it was just because I really loved how much bigger they were that the crafts became a lot bigger. So it was like easier to make the items, and like you were saying how you were taught how to make like a doll-sized cake. Like literally that's why I would literally use dishwash sponges to make a doll-sized cake for them, and I would use like yarn to look like frosting. And so I've just been a very crafty kid for as long as I can remember, and every time I craft, I just feel like a little kid again. Like that's just the best way for me to put it.
Yeah, I love her tutorials. Oh my goodness. So walk me through the story with American Girl dolls. How did you get your first doll? How did it happen? Walk me through it.
So my first ever American Girl doll was Isabel Palmer, Girl of the Year of 2014, and she was a gift from Santa. So I had knew of American Girl because of YouTube. I had been to the American Girl store previously, but I had never gotten a doll from American Girl. My first ever 18-inch doll was a My Life As doll from Walmart. And as a kid, I like I knew it wasn't an American Girl. Like, I was very well aware of the difference, but I treated her just as if she was one. I took very good care of her. I actually still do have her. I want to make a whole video about that whole story. But I was so into Isabel because I love the fact that she came with like pink hair extensions. I've actually never taken them out of her hair since 2014, which now that I think about it is crazy. But her hair extensions can like easily be hidden, so I tend to forget that they're even there. And I think that just getting to have that extra like hairpiece in her hair made me feel like she was like the coolest American Girl doll ever, because she was like the first doll that they had did that with. And then came like Luciana, but her hair was like a purple streak. So I know a lot of people like are not the biggest fan of Isabel. She holds such a special place in my heart. Like, I love her so much. I'm so happy to have her because she has like the older classic face mold that just brings back so many good memories. So I love her. She's my girl for real.
I love Isabel. I love the color scheme of her collection, like the pastels, like the pink and like the white, the cream, the purple. Her clothes are just so cute.
I know. I feel like definitely her collection is what sparked like my whole aesthetic, like that whole pastel colored theme. That's my entire room. That's just me. I've always loved that.
So do you collect any other doll today besides American Girl?
I do have a very small collection of rainbow high dolls. I tried to stick like mainly to American Girl because, oh my god, I think I would just fall into like a rabbit hole and want everything from all these other awesome doll brands. Like, a lot of people, I feel like Mapley is really doing very well this year, at least as far as like on YouTube. I've seen a lot of people do like brand deals with Mapley, and I'm like scared to get into it because, as we all know, as American Girl doll collectors, it can get very expensive. So I kind of just like to focus on AG and keep my collection manageable. Okay, so as far as like overconsumption, because obviously I film unboxings, you know, my channel is all about American Girl dolls, and there's something that I want to touch on. Like, I know that when things are new and things are popular, we all want it, right? And we just kind of like to keep up with the latest releases, and that can really cause like a slippery slope to go down into. And while it's easy to get swept up in the excitement of new collections and limited edition dolls and constantly buying without thinking of like, for one, clutter, because obviously these dolls are very big. But then also, like, it can lead to like a disconnect from the true value that these dolls bring, because these dolls to us are more than just toys. Like, these are like if my house were on fire, I would grab my dolls. Like, end of story.
Same.
And like, when the focus of these dolls shifts solely to owning like the newest thing, I really think it like undermines the emotional connection that makes collecting so meaningful. Buying for the sake of having more can turn what should be a fun and rewarding hobby into a never-ending cycle of accumulation and leaving you with more items that you have space for or even attachment for. And so I feel like last year was very much so, like the beginning half of 2024, I wanted everything and I was buying a lot. I was spending a lot of money on these dolls, and I then focused more into, instead of buying so many dolls, I wanted to buy accessories for them, which I know is of course still leading into that whole like overconsumption thing. But for my personal collection, I feel like I actually don't own that many doll clothes. Like, I do have quite a bit of custom American Girl doll clothes, but these are all items that like I spend a lot of time focusing on what exactly I want to buy, finding the right person who can make it. I mean, there's so many awesome people on Etsy that are so talented. You know, when you have so many dolls and not a lot of like, you're kind of like, wait, they've been in this outfit for too long. Like, I want a new outfit for them. So then I try to change around with like what I have. And one thing that I saw a lot of people doing is using pieces that they already have and like mix matching them, which is why I love when American Girl makes like mix match pieces, because that way you don't have to buy like a whole separate new outfit, and it really, like, you really can get creative with what your dolls are wearing. We all take inspiration from each other. I love when people message me telling me that like I helped them create an outfit for their dolls, like working with things that they already had rather than buying something new, because that's something that I'm really, really trying to focus on more in the new year. It's just kind of appreciating what I have and not wanting to buy everything, which can be very hard because these dolls are so addicting. I love, my money goes to them and I love to spend money on them. And I'm not saying I'm not going to, but I just want to focus more on what I do have like right now.
I love that. I've definitely been a victim to rushing to buy the new latest release. And I remember at one point, a lot of people went to the stores during the release, and it was like a thing to always go to a store when there was a release and to buy that new release. And if you didn't buy something, well, you kind of store out like a sore thumb a little bit because it's like everybody else is posting about it, which for the right reason, like everybody's excited and all this, but it can definitely come off as toxic in a way. Like, I feel like that's one of the ways that social media can just be so negative and so toxic because it's like everybody wants to see this new item, so everybody's going to follow you because you're constantly posting the new items, but at the same time you're also running out of space or you're running out of money. It can be a lot for some people. And I remember I was like in junior high, I want to say. It was a summer release and it was a big Truly Me release. And every summer they came out with like 3 new Truly Me dolls. And I remember trying to like persuade my mom into letting me buy a Truly Me doll because at this point I wasn't making my own money. I was like in 7th grade or 8th grade. And my mom and dad were buying me all of my doll stuff then. And I was like, Mom, please, can I have one of the new Truly Me dolls? Like for Instagram, for YouTube, for something. Like everybody's posting about how they're all buying this doll. And she was like, no, like you already have dolls at home. It can definitely be very toxic in a way.
Yeah. And I know when like my channel first started, like people started finding my channel more, I really wanted to make sure that people knew that my channel was not going to be based around like unboxing videos. That's just never, I don't think, going to be like my go-to content, just because I myself am in college. I'm actually finishing up my last semester at the University of Houston coming up, so I'm very excited.
Congratulations. That's exciting.
You. Yeah, so I'm like, I am a full-time college student. I do work full-time, but your girl is still broke. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have to save money and put things to a side. And I am looking into, like, moving out soon. So, hopefully that's in store for me. Lots of exciting things coming. But I think that's another reason why, like, I just think the more videos I film, the older I get. Obviously, I'm realizing, like, how much more valuable money is. Like we need money, we need to save. And so I also just think of like how you were touching on like space wise. I'm very lucky to be able to have an extra doll room right now, but I know that a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people might just keep their dolls on their desk or on a bookshelf. That's how my space for my dolls was like years before I even started YouTube. And so I just like keeping my channel a little bit of everywhere. I feel like I'm kind of known for like fixing up and rehabbing American Girl dolls. And I love that. Like, I love that because that is something that just makes me so happy. I've personally always loved fixing up a doll rather than buying one brand new, just because I find that I connect a lot more to the dolls that way. When I spend like hours on end brushing their hair, like I do not mind. Even if my back is hurting, I'm sitting on the floor and my pants are wet from the spray bottle. Like I love to just fix up dolls. And so I hope that like people don't ever see me as like bragging or like she has so many dolls, like how does she afford that? Like there's a lot that comes behind it. I feel like I'm doing very well on like saving my money and still making money to be able to afford these dolls. And it's just been really fun getting to see my collection grow. And I don't see any dolls coming anytime soon. If there is one that comes soon, I'm hoping it's for a good price. But as of right now, I'm really, really happy with where my collection is at. And that's something that's really rewarding because I feel like for a long time, I wasn't satisfied with my collection. And I was like, I need that doll or I need to sell this doll. And right now, I'm just kind of like, I'm happy with where I am.
So speaking of kind of showcasing your collection a little bit, how did you get into the doll social media world?
So YouTube has always been my go-to. Like, I remember when TikTok first came out and it was like well, still is very popular, everyone was like, oh, YouTube is so dead. And like for me personally, I much rather prefer YouTube over TikTok. I think it's because since I've been so addicted to it for so long, I've always loved the longer format videos. And to be honest, even as a kid, I was so nosy. Like some of the videos I used to watch were like, I don't know if you were ever on this side of YouTube or anyone else listening, but like those what's in my purse videos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or like my morning routine or come with me to work. And I was like 7. Like, why am I watching somebody go to like a full shift? I couldn't tell you. But those are just videos that like I still love to watch like to this day. And so I've always just like been addicted to YouTube. And growing up, like my dad would always tell me, like, since he saw me doing all these crafts, he would be like, why don't you film it and like post it? You know? And as a kid, I was like, no one wants to watch me do that, which is, now that I think of it, is like ridiculous for me to say, because those were videos I was literally watching, like those DIY videos. That's what I was addicted to. So that's something that I kind of regret, is like not listening to him, because I think that I would have really loved going through, because I've been through so many phases like on YouTube. I've always been someone who's loved collecting, not necessarily always dolls, because like I said, first it was Barbies, but not sure if you were ever into like squishies. Did you collect squishies?
I didn't collect squishies, but I collected like Shopkins and like the little like miniature like stuff like that.
Yeah. So see, squishies really brought me down a rabbit hole. Like I was hardcore into squishies, and I would used to make my own squishies. And then I got really into, once I got into American Girls, I realized that people would make doll food using like polymer clay. I got into that. And that is like, I still have not all, but a lot of the charms and just keychains that I made for myself, and then those that I've given to others. Like I'm pretty sure I still have pictures of them. Me starting YouTube is so funny. I don't think I've ever said this before, but it was actually like a dare with my friend. Like,
really?
Yeah, it was like, you post a video of you gaming and I'm gonna post a doll video, because they were really into gaming and obviously I'm really into dolls. So let's just like post it and see what happens. And my first ever video was an unboxing video of Josefina. I didn't have a tripod. I didn't have a camera. You know, I was using my phone. And she was a doll that I bought used. So I like kind of fixed her up in the video. And that video, once it hit like, I remember when it hit like 100 views, I was like, oh my God, like I'm so famous. Like I felt every single time I even see my video hit past 1,000 views, it's honestly so surreal. I feel like imposter syndrome sometimes. Like I know that that's my video and I know that that's me, but I never saw myself actually being on YouTube because of the fear of like, what if no one likes my videos? What if like people are mean? Like I swear fear just has held me back from so many things. And I'm so glad that this is something that I actually stuck with and something that I've really, really come to enjoy and find a passion in. And like on my days off, I look forward to filming a video. You know, like it's never once felt like, oh, I have to film, like I have to get ready, like it's a job or it's a chore. I just genuinely have so much fun making it, and I've got to meet so many amazing people and talk to so many friendly people having this small platform that I do have. And so it's funny because I kind of have been thinking of somewhat expanding my content, but I'm not exactly sure how to go about this. So as I'm sure you know, I am very like into pink, into bows. I feel like a lot of people share like my similar aesthetic. And there are lots of other videos I like to watch, like shopping videos or like come shop with me videos and like hauls and things like that. And I was actually talking about it with someone else, and I'm like, I'm not sure if I should post these types of other videos on my channel or make a different channel that way. Cause you know, I don't want anything to take away from my dolls. Like I want my channel to be strictly, or not strictly, but mainly focused on American Girl dolls. But there are lots of other things that I really want to post, and I feel like people would enjoy watching because they're videos I enjoy watching. And I feel like that's always the best type of content to make. Like make videos that you love to see. But who knows, you know, maybe I'll end up creating like another channel, and kind of like Mixie Pixie 7. Do you watch Mixie Pixie 7 or used to?
Yes, I remember her. I loved watching her growing up.
Oh my gosh. I always tell everybody, I think you were either like a Basil Mentos girly or you were a Mixie Pixie 7 girly. And I was 100. I mean, I loved her. I idolized her. I still do love her. Like every time she posts, like I have like her story notifications on. I'm like, oh my God, like, is the queen coming back? Like, yeah. And like, she's one person who I like followed for so long that like went from like American Girl dolls and she kind of switched to creating like regular lifestyle content, which I admire her so much for because I'm sure that wasn't like an easy decision to make. And there's like, you know, a whole story onto why she like stopped doing, American Girl like stop motions and things like that. But oh my gosh, I think if there's one person I wish I could meet, it would be like she's like literally she would probably make like a childhood dream come true. Mixie Pixie 7. I doubt she's watching this or listening to this, but she was truly such an inspiration growing up. Like I wanted to be her. I wanted her. I think we all wanted her dollhouse. Oh my gosh, I've always loved YouTube. I think I will always love YouTube.
I want to congratulate you on 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. That is such a great accomplishment. Oh my goodness, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. You are so sweet to say that. It's crazy. Every time the number goes up, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know. Like, I'm just like I said, I never thought so many people would be interested in me. And I know there was like a lot of American Girl doll collectors, but I was just like, the support I've gotten from YouTube and through my Instagram has been crazy. Like, everybody is so nice to me.
So what's the reason behind your social media username?
My username is not like the most unique name out there, but the whole reason behind like
It's
AG Toys
cute.
Forever, thank you, is that like no matter how much older I get or if my interests change, my love for American Girl dolls has always been constant. The joy I get from these dolls will stay with me forever. And there was a point in my life where I stopped collecting dolls, and it's because I fell into that whole like, well, no one else around me is still playing with dolls, like, which I feel like a lot of us have been through. And it felt like very isolating, like truly. Like I felt like I had no one to connect with, or that like I was so different from everyone else. Like while my friends were playing with like makeup, you know, wanting to become like so much older, I was just like dolls, 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 you know, and I obviously am still like that to this day. And so that's why I'm just so grateful to have the platform that I have to be able to share my joy with others. And I mean, like, I read every single comment. Like, I try and respond to them all. Literally, like, I don't know, obviously, where I will be, like, in the next 10 years. But I know that where I am right now, like, this place in my life will hold such a special place in my heart because of all the amazing people I've been able to talk to through YouTube.
I don't know about you, but I am very excited for 2025. I am excited to see everything that American Girl does. Anyways, we're going to talk about some of our hopes and dreams that American Girl does in 2025. And so the first one that I'm going to share is the reopening of closed American Girl stores, or putting this out there, if American Girl isn't listening, which they're probably not, but you never know, opening American Girl pop-up shops. I remember in 2016 or whatever the year was, every holiday season they used to do pop-up stores in different cities, and they would have like American Girl pop-up shop. And it would be like a little smaller AG store, kind of like the pop-up that LA had when the construction was happening for the new store. And they would put it in these cities, and they would be like, well, we're testing to see if this city can hold a actual American Girl store, or, you know, just somewhere more accessible for these people. I would love to see an AG pop-up store. Kansas City, St. Louis, some of the cities that used to have AG stores but don't have them now. So that's what I would love to see, because I would love my American Girl store back personally, but I would also love to see it Las Vegas or something, because I feel like that'd be exciting. You know, I don't know. I just would like an AG store near me, I guess. More closer. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, a Las Vegas store would be crazy.
I don't
Pop-up
know why
store?
they didn't open one of those personally, because I feel like it would do well. Tourist.
Oh my gosh, I think you need to be on their team, honestly.
If American Girl wants to hire me, I will gladly be there. Wherever it is. I will move, okay? I will move out of state for AG, personally.
Right? Like, I would love to just work at American Girl and like make displays all day. I would have
That
so
would be so
much
fun.
fun with it. Yeah.
I would love to design the products too. You know, like, or like get the details on like the latest releases and like, you know, have a hand, I guess, in deciding what they do, you know?
Okay, so I really, really want to see Claudie's collection expand. I think that they did
Yes.
very well with her. I'm very happy about her. I think a lot of us are. And by the time this video will be out, actually, I can say it now because I just filmed. It's going to be coming out today, actually.
Ooh.
I got my first ever collector doll. And she is the
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. She was a gift from my mom, and she is the Pink Stardust Holiday Collector doll, so she's the Claudie mold. And this doll just has me in awe every time I look at her, truly. This might be my now favorite American Girl doll in my collection, which I have a hard time picking favorites because I love them all so much. But Claudie is just an exception. She's beautiful. And a lot of the outfits that she has right now, I feel like was so well thought out, and I love the overall color scheme of everything. The quality is there. So I really want to see more for her. I would love for Claudie to have a holiday dress, like when Christmas came around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm excited to see what the year 2025 brings for her because she deserves so much more than what she was given, honestly.
I would love a holiday dress for Claudie. I love her collection, love the color scheme. I love how they came out with like a new face mold for her. I think that's so special. And they did a collaboration with the Harlem Fashion Row for some outfits for her too. I thought that was great. A lot of those outfits I really liked. I put her in like the gold one, like the gold sparkling one with like the cute little like, I call it like the sun. I call it the sun.
Yeah.
Of the headband, okay? It just reminds me of the sun, and it's just she's in any time that she's in this outfit, it looks like she's shining, like all in the doll room because she just looks so glorious and she just looks so happy in it. And anyways, it just makes me happy. So I put her in that one, but she's just so cute, and I just love her. And I love how they used her face mold for the holiday doll. Like,
Yes.
oh my gosh. Such a stunning holiday doll. I don't know how they're going to top this year's holiday dolls because they are gorgeous. I love the color scheme. I feel like it just screams AG because it's pink and like you have like the star purse and like the stars on the headband. Like it just screams American Girl to me. So I don't know how they're going to top it next year. I'm going to be honest. Or this year, whatever year we're in, honestly.
Yeah, like I think this is the best holiday collector doll they've ever made. I think a lot of the other holiday collector dolls are really cute, don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna say it's because she's a Claudie mold. When I saw her come out, I was just like, oh my god. And it's crazy because I thought she was gonna sell out like immediately.
I'm surprised they didn't, personally.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that they're still available.
I'm shocked that they went on sale. So the fact that like they're both still available, it makes me think like, I don't know, maybe people weren't a huge fan of like her dress because I think the dolls themselves are beautiful. Like not a single thing I would change about them. But I'm just like, they need to make more Claudie mold dolls. Do you follow Displain on YouTube?
Yes, I started following him and I love the videos. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Yeah. And like, I love seeing all the customs he makes of American Girl dolls, like of the Claudie mold. And like them, oh my gosh, them coming out with Tiana. Like,
I love Tiana.
Yes, I couldn't believe
my gosh.
I was so surprised that they used the Claudie mold. Like, I was like, okay, like, I see y'all, like, we're getting somewhere. And, you know, I wonder if Tiana is, like, the most sold, like, Disney doll from American Girl. I'm not 100% sure on that, but she should be because she's beautiful. Like, this mold, I really hope, oh my god, how cool it'd be for them. That's another thing I want to touch on, for them to use the Claudie mold as a Girl of the Year doll for this year.
Oh, that would be pretty.
Yeah, like I think them coming out with a doll of the year with bangs would shock everybody. I think that's maybe a reach because I really don't think American Girl would bring back bangs for a Girl of the Year doll. I mean,
bangs are starting to become popular though. Like, again. Like, I'm seeing a lot of people cut their hair and get bangs again. So, I mean, they are coming back in trend.
I know. So I'm just like, I would love to see that. But I think bangs on Claudie would just like, I think everybody would buy her. Like, really.
Mm-hmm. I would love to see, like, McKenna's wig come back. You know, her little braids or her twist. Yes. I'd love to see that. Or I'd love to see, like, a doll with, like, dreadlocks. Like, I think that'd be really nice. Really cute.
I would love that. 100%. I just think, oh my God, that would be so beautiful. There are a couple of customs that I've seen on Instagram with dolls with dreadlocks, and I'm just like, oh my God. Like, sometimes I think that people who post like awesome photos on Instagram should be part of like American Girl's like photography team because a lot of times we're like, you know, influenced by others' pictures, and it makes you want the doll more than like an American Girl stock photo. So I'm just like,
I've been victim to that with I think her number is 127, but I can't remember exactly because the new Truly Me dolls numbers, I need to create like a Quizlet or something to try to learn them because it's hard, okay? But anyways, her name's Kelsey in my collection, and I definitely was influenced with going to American Girl stores and seeing her out, but also like with photos on Instagram. I'm like, man, I need this doll. She's so pretty. So a lot of people influenced me to get her. Bring back the retired Truly Me dolls, like, or make it like a special month, make it like a special day, and it's like special edition. Because I would love to buy like a 6.1. You know what I mean? Like,
oh my gosh, I think that would be the biggest dream come true for all of us American Girl fans. I want to
come in like the original meat outfits.
Oh, that's amazing. Nowadays, like when you like, okay, for example, I've recently been on the search for like number 4.
Oh my goodness. She's so cute.
I am so picky with my dolls, which is fair. You know, these dolls are expensive. We want them to look
as you should be. You want to make sure you're getting a good one.
Yeah, and there are 2 different versions of number 4, which I was actually unaware of up until like a couple months ago. And the version of number 4 that I want is, I don't know how I would, put this. I guess more so the newer version than the older version of number 4. Yeah, and like I'm not exactly sure what the term is for that, but I am having such a hard time finding a number 4 because I want her in her like original meat outfit. Like, I want that, like, new in box number 4.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe this is something. It's going to take a long time for me to find that because there was one that I saw on eBay, and she wasn't in her original meat outfit, but she did come with it, and she was actually wearing another outfit that it looked handmade, but it was beautiful. And it was $600
on
eBay.
God.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if you came across this listing, but
no, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I see that with other dolls I'm looking for. Like, crazy expensive.
And girl, that doll sold within like 2 days of her being on my watch list. For
no way.
Yes, like if you go on eBay right now and search up like sold comps for AGOT number 4, $600 she sold for. And shipping still wasn't free.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and
don't have to pay like taxes on that too. And doesn't eBay have like a processing thing too? Oh my God.
That was a beautiful number 4. Like the only reason she was on my watch list, like no joke, was just to like admire her because she was a really, really pretty number 4.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe that she sold, which actually brings me to,
oh my gosh.
I will not believe this. So I have on Facebook Marketplace, like when American Girl pops up to like notify me, right?
Yeah.
And so I had seen it. I remember I was at work and I was like, okay, like, I can't be on my phone right now. I'll look at it later when I get home. So I get home, I'm on Facebook late at night, and it's a listing of a number 11 for $60.
Oh my gosh. Did you get her?
Girl, no. So I messaged them, obviously, like immediately. Like,
yeah.
That was so annoying. I like spammed her. I was like, is this still available? Please, hello. Like, oh my God, I was being so freaking annoying. And she was like, I'll let you know by tomorrow. That's all she said. And I was like,
what?
I was like, what does that mean? And then I get a notification that the doll has sold.
Oh my
And
God.
in like a bunch of American Girl Facebook groups. And obviously I don't want to like say her name, like put her out there, but tell me why I see another girl that's in like one of these Facebook groups that I'm in. She was like, I can't believe this lucky Facebook score. I just got all this for $60. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like that has hands down been the rarest doll in my area ever. And she was in Houston, so it couldn't have been more than like a 30-minute drive from me.
Yeah.
And it came with number 11 in like half of her meat outfit, but she came with like 2 other American Girl outfits for $60 freaking dollars. And I think
crazy.
Yeah, that's probably been like the most saddest thing that I've missed out on. But, you know, I always like to tell people, like, for those who are like on the hunt for a doll, your time will come.
One thing that I would really like to see, this is kind of like a crazy dream, okay? I started college like 2 years ago or something. I'm in my 3rd year now, coming up on like, yeah, I'm in my 3rd year of college. I'm a junior in college. And ever since I started college, I was like, this is giving me all the Innerstar University vibes. And I would love to have like a Innerstar U like backpack collection with like patches and stuff. Maybe it could be like in collaboration with Stony Clover Lane, like they came out with a couple years ago. But I'm like sitting in class and I'm like seeing like the banners of like around the school and like all this, and I'm like, this is so Innerstar University. I need something like that. Like I'd love to have like a backpack that says Innerstar University or something like that. I just think it would be just so cute and just adorable.
Oh my gosh, it's actually so funny that you said that, because Innerstar University, how could I even forget to bring that up? That was such an elite part of my childhood. Like, I loved playing on there.
It was such an iconic era, like, of American Girl. Like, it's one of those eras that you look back and it's like, everybody, like, I feel like has experience with it. Or everybody has heard about it. Like, it's something that I feel like is very, like, popular and it needs to be brought back, personally.
Oh, 100%. So if they were to make that, I would buy it.
Oh, me too. I'd be rocking my little backpack at school, you know? Like, I just feel like it would just be so cute, like, as, like, a lifestyle brand or something. Because, like, the girls who played on it, like, we're now, like, college girlies. And, like, we're, like, actually in, like, university, you know?
Yeah, and we need more, just in general, American Girl merch. Like, let me show it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I would love, like, a cardigan.
I love
like something that like Taylor Swift has, you know, like a American Girl cardigan, and it's like berry color with like white stars on it.
You know,
would love.
I've always wanted, because I'm on my laptop so much, I've always wanted an American Girl laptop like case.
Oh my God, that'd be so cute.
Yeah, because it's something that like I would use every single day.
Or like even like a phone case, you know, like give me like the cases, give me the covers. Like I'd love that.
Dude, give me American Girl bed sheets. I would use it.
Yes, blankets.
Yes.
Yeah, curtains. I would love to get new curtains for the doll room, honestly, because I've had the same ones forever, and it would just be so cute if we had like a white curtain with like little AG stars all over it. Like, it'd be so cute.
Oh, and then I also really want like a big American Girl sized rug.
You know, like, I've always wanted to take home, you know, when you go into like the American Girl stores and it's like the big black rug with the American Girl logo.
Yes.
I've always wanted that rug.
Oh my gosh. It's so funny that you say that, because I remember my first time even like stepping on it. For one, it felt like a red carpet. Like, not to be dramatic, but I was like, you think they would notice if this is missing? Like, I literally just wanted to freaking take it. Or, you know, those chairs that they have at the Dallas store?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's literally going to be my future dining room one day. I kid you not.
Right? Like, that's my inspiration right there.
Okay, we have reached the end of this episode, everyone. I'm like so sad because this was like one of the most funnest episodes I've ever recorded. This was just like so much fun, and I really enjoyed having Emma on. And Emma, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, Mel, you're the sweetest. Once again, thank you so much for this opportunity. You are such a great host. I just want to say this like whole entire setup, you made it super easy and fun. So I just literally felt like I was talking to a friend. We kind of just got to chill and chit chat with each other and share our love for dolls. And there's nothing better than that. So thank you so much for having me. And thank you everyone for listening.
Emma, you're so sweet. You're literally going to make me cry. Like, I just loved having you on, and it was just, like you said, it was like talking to a friend. Like, we're just here, we're chilling. I'm literally covered up with a blanket, like, in my chair right now. Like, we're just talking with dolls. So, y'all, if you have not checked out Emma already, you need to. What are you doing with your life? She's on YouTube. AG Dollies Forever. I will link all of her platforms down in the description box of this podcast episode, so then you can directly go to her stuff. She's on Instagram at AG Dollies Forever _. My name's Mal. I'm Dollies and Rainbows on any platform that you could possibly find me on. I mean, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram. Yeah. Check out the Doll Mom Podcast social media handles, which is the podcast that you're listening to right now. We are at Doll Mom Podcast on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on Threads. Thank you so much for listening to this episode, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed it and that you had a lot of fun, just like I did. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for listening. Bye.